All right, so good morning, everybody. Um, I just wanted to come here because I'm feeling some type of way this morning. Um, I'm crying because I wasn't gonna do this video, but I feel like it's necessary for me to let y'all know a little bit about who I am. And that's why I'm crying. I don't want to get anybody confused, like that I'm going through it this morning and no shit. Which there are mornings where I do, but today is a different day. I woke up with a heavy heart, thinking about all the survivors of police brutality, people also who have lost their lives due to the actions of police brutality. And I would like to, just be real about what's happening with me. Um, and like I said, I want to come forward with this story because I think as it has strengthened me, throughout the years, learning the things that I've learned about life and people. I ain't gonna lie, I'm still semi-weak, to come forward with this story, but I'm gonna do it because it's important for people to know. Okay, so I'm a survivor of police brutality. Walk with me, y'all. Like, this is the hardest shit I ever did. One of the hardest things, but you know what? I'm gonna stop hiding because it's not helping nobody. I always keep saying that I'm gonna tell my stories, and I keep just kind of waiting for the right time and being hid behind fear, for fear of not being accepted, even though I'm a strong woman, and all that I am. It is what it is, Generally, people are afraid to be accepted, and or afraid of being rejected, should I say? And that's been the case for me for a long time. And because of that fear that I always talk about, it's held me back. And as much as I reach out and be as of a support to everyone else, there are things that I go through, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid today, and I'm just gonna start my journey this morning, and I don't care. You know, I woke up saying, you know what, Stephanie, you're not helping anybody. I keep saying you have stories and you've been through shit, and nobody don't know. You know, it took me a while to think about that part. So I'm here this morning to talk about my mom. So my mother, my mother was a warrior. Mommy was a warrior who fought until she couldn't fight anymore. My mother was a woman who was a survivor, a strength-bred woman, someone who had also witnessed um, insurmountable torture and horror in her life, and living without her has been some of the hardest times of my life, y'all. So I first want to say that if your mom is still with you, if your mom is still with you, even if you don't have the best relationship, even if you know today may not be her day, or tomorrow may not be her day, or you're arguing or you're fighting, let that shit go, bro. Let it go. Because the more important thing is the journey. It's important to always pay attention to the journey, y'all. You know, um, and know that when the person gets to the other side, they may be okay, and try to coach them and to help them. But my mom was killed by the police, 1989. My mother was killed as a result of a police officer who was drunk, and he killed my mom. And I haven't seen my queen since I was 6 years old. Living all this time without her, my life went really sour at points where a mother's supposed to be able to be there to pick you up, and she wasn't. But I just wanted to share this live because I love my mom, and I want to bring more awareness to drunk driving and police brutality. I grew up so many, and like even right now, and I'm gonna say it, you know, there's a whole Black Lives Matter movement out here. But what about all the white people that still get killed by the police? My mother was a white woman. There's so many other people out here who have suffered as a result of police brutality, and I think it's just not right that we're only being one-sided. There were mixed racial people out here, mixed race folks that have experienced the same thing. Where's the movement for us? Like, I just want to let everybody know a little bit about me and my frustrations with the system and the things that I've gone through. And that's one of them. It's something that really upsets me. That it's even a color barrier, that it's even a color line. You know, I just wanted to let everybody know how I feel about my life and my mom and the things I've been through. Um, I hope that in me sharing my little bit of story, which I'm gonna come back to share more, that someone could be able to learn to love their mom this morning. Love your mom. Hug her this morning. If you have the chance, give her a hug and tell her that you love her. Even if you're upset and angry, think, damn, you know what would I do without her? My life would be so different. No, my life would be different if I didn't have my mom, you know, and my life would be different if I had my mom. See, this is the thing. You want to talk about plots, and I'm gonna keep going into it because I'm feeling real strong. Let's talk about government plots, okay? All right. This person not only hit my mom with his car, he hit my mom so hard that she had a closed casket. He took the right side of my mom's face off. My mother didn't have the side of her head. So when you want to talk about intent, intent, and anger that I have at times in regard to law enforcement, that would be one of them. And to be so audacious after it all. They were sued in, a, in relationship to my mom's death. So they were liable. They settled the case. But the point is that I'm without my mom. I grew up without my mom. And, not having my mom resulted in me having a really hard life. And I just want to share my story. You know, it was no reason for him to hit my mom like that. It's no reason, like, for him to have been drunk driving. I've grown up my whole life without my mother. You know, Everybody, goes out to the club and has drinks and, you know, but I just want to remind you to have a designated driver because you never know the life you're going to affect. If you hurt somebody. I was a child when my mother was killed. I didn't stand a chance. And I made it. But I'm just saying, you know, growing up all those days and nights, going through all the hell that I was going through, my point is have a designated driver because the life you save might not only be your own. I wake up every morning and say rest in peace to my queen. Not good morning, mommy. Rest in peace to the most beloved entity, to the most beautiful woman, to the strongest woman, to the most amazing woman. I wake up every day at a loss as a result of someone else's negligence. Every single day, every day, every day. And even though we have to move forward and be strong about the things that we're doing, it gets hard, and the people need to know that. Take the good with the bad, man. But if anything, have a designated driver, man. Because there may be some little girl out there who wants their mom to come home. You know, you don't want to steal that girl's future. You don't want to put her or the lady's children in any sort of harm's way, man. So glad I have my ducks chilling with me during this time and helping me, and everything is a help. When you sit next to an animal and you're telling something so heartfelt, and the way they respond in almost a comforting manner is just so beautiful to me. It's almost like you have to use the support that's around you, the things that you were given, to hold you up. That's what I do. I don't care if I say too much. I don't care. I'm not hiding from that fear that I tell you guys about. To tell my story, I don't understand why I would be afraid. But that's what it's been doing. I can be the stronger person to you, for you. A lot of people are like that. We can tell other people how to do things the most perfect way, but are hurting ourselves. you know, this morning as I sat, look out the window and just imagine how people's lives could be better if we change our ideologies and our thought process to be more fluid with each other, man. Change the energy around, man. When I wake up with this heart, this heavy heart, I'm just so proud, of myself that I've made it through this particular struggle. But it's ongoing. It's every day. It's emotional. It's sad. It's something that hurts, you know? I just came here because I wanted to share that about my mom and how I feel about it. It was so emotional. It's just that you wish that, you could see that person. You know? And I just want to say again, thank you to my supporters for coming out during this time and seeing what's going on with me. And thank you again